Hey there, it's your boy Foxy, back for more relationship stories. Update: 10 years ago, my girlfriend abandoned me and our 5-year-old daughter. Now she wants her family back. Original post. My story begins 16 years ago when I met Lucy. She was an amazing girl, intelligent, beautiful, fancy, funny, just the greatest girl I ever met. I felt so lucky when we start dating, and after a year into the relationship, we had a baby. I was living the dream, living with my girlfriend, raising our little daughter, being a happy family. I loved Lucy so much, and after some years, we were finally getting married. Our daughter was the most excited one about the wedding. She was going to be the flower girl. Everything seemed to be perfect, until one day when I was heading back home, a guy wanted to talk with me. At first, I believed he may want to sell me something, until he mentioned Lucy. Politely, he asked me to talk in a private place. He then asked me to please stop everything about the wedding and step back, because he and Lucy wanted to be together. I didn't believe him until he started to tell me a lot of details about her that would be impossible to know. I returned home as fast as I could. I didn't want this to be truth and told her about it, hoping it was all a mistake. But no, it wasn't. The next hour she told me everything. She has been cheating on me for the last 2 years. She told me about how all the times she said she loved me, that she wanted us to be together and she loved our family, were all lies. How her new man was younger, stronger, handsome, and a better lover. She said that she didn't want to be tied to me, how she lost her freedom for being a mother. That she didn't want to be a wife, that she wanted her freedom back. The final stab was when she said she was happy that I finally knew, and now she was able to leave. I cried, begged, humiliated myself and got on my knees, asking for another chance to try fix our relationship, but she didn't want to. She wanted the thrill and excitement that this new guy makes her feel. By the next day, she left us. I felt broken, humiliated, emasculated. But my daughter needed me. She was heartbroken too. Her mother left, and she believed it was her fault because she heard when Lucy said she didn't want to be a mother anymore. She needed me, and I needed to be strong for her. Fortunately, we had help. My family and Lucy's family supported us in any way possible. Her parents were so ashamed for their daughter's actions that they couldn't look me in the eye without apologizing for everything she did. I will be in debt to everyone forever for all their help. Fast forward 10 years later. After lots of time and therapy, my daughter and I are living happy. She is the light of my life, a beautiful 15-year-old lady who I love. Our wounds are healed and we have a very good life. But then she came back. When me and my daughter were getting back home, we found Lucy in front of our apartment, waiting for us and wanting to talk. I recognized her immediately, and I would like to say that I did something cool, like ignoring her, asking her to leave, or at least be hostile to her. But no, I'm an idiot. My heart skipped a beat in the moment I saw her. She still was beautiful as before, but somehow she looked even better. Maybe the age make her look mature and elegant, maybe the dress, or the makeup. I don't know, but I let her in, while our daughter gave us some space and went to her room. She told me everything she did since she left. Basically, she lived with that guy for some years. She said how much she enjoyed it, all the fun she got, and how she believed those were the best years of her life, until she noticed that the excitement of that new relationship was fading slowly. At some point, she started to cheat on that guy too. According to her, she just wanted to feel alive and excited. Eventually that relationship ended, and she started dating other guys. Every relationship became shorter than the previous one, until she only had casual hookups. She also said that sometimes she thought about us, our family, but she said she was too proud to admit she made a mistake, until last year. She got COVID and it hit her really hard, to the point that she believed she would die, and realized how alone she was, how stupid she was, and the mistake she made so long ago. After all of that, she said she regretted everything she did and said, and now she was ready to marry me, and be the family we always meant to be. When she was done, I asked her to leave, to give me some time to think. She accepted, saying she would be back the next day. For years I dreamed about her coming back, and now it was happening. But it just felt wrong. Since then, she visits almost daily, wanting to talk about the best years of our relationship, and how we could be a happy family again. I asked for help from my family and friends. Most of them said I would be making the worst mistake of my life if I take her back, while others said that I could give her a chance. It took me a lot to heal, and some more time to start making new relationships, and I would be risking everything. One night, my daughter and I had a deep conversation about all this. I always try to involve her in every decision I make for us, and this issue concerned her too, because it's her mother. Sometimes she surprises me being so wise and mature, because she asked me, "Can you really love someone that hurt us so much?" And that was everything I needed. I would never forgive myself if I let her hurt my daughter again, and I told Lucy that. If she wants to be around or have a relationship with our daughter, I'm okay with it, only if my daughter wants it. But I told her we are not getting back together. Lucy only said that she would make me fall in love with her again and that she would not give up. Now for the top advice before reading the update. I would love to stay updated on this forever lol. What was Lucy's parents' reaction to hearing about her coming back? Also, did they ever talk about you at all with her, or did she just leave the family in general and ghosted people? She ghosted everyone when she left. Her parents were always on my side, and both are amazing grandparents. When they knew she was back, her mother didn't want to see her, and her father told her, with lots of details, how she is a shame on all of us and the disappointment she ended up being. She had the best years of her life without you and your daughter. To me that says everything. There's no regret there. Be proud of yourself, you put in the hard work and raised an amazing daughter. Find someone worthy of that. Your ex ain't it. She hasn't changed at all. She intentionally blindsided them to get her way, even though she knew it wasn't what was best for his child. She completely ignores his boundaries and shows up every day trying to re-spark feelings after explicitly being told no. Lucy still only cares about herself. She will hurt them again because they never really mattered, not like she matters. Ugh. Yeah, if the best years of her life are now over, she thinks she can slink back into the comfy spot of settling for stability and a devoted slave with a cute kid. She blindsided OP on purpose and got halfway to the exact response she was after. And watch her lay on the charm and affection thick with the daughter because she thinks OP is now playing hard to get, and making their child adore her will make OP adore her. Here's the thing, if everything worked out the way she dreamed with this first guy she left with, would she even be seeking a relationship with your kid? No, she wouldn't. Think of all the pivotal moments in your daughter's life she missed to go fool around. Remember that. Remember that pain that she caused. She wants security. That's it. Exactly this OP. She even told you she believed her time running away from her responsibilities as a parent were the best years of her life, and that it wasn't until she was about to die and realized how freaking alone she was that she regretted leaving you. She doesn't regret not getting married. She doesn't regret abandoning her child. She definitely doesn't regret leaving you, since she was already cheating on you for 2 years of your relationship. She regrets the fact that her choices had consequences, and the consequences were that she would most likely die alone. Like she deserves. Take care of yourself and your wonderful daughter. And now for the update. I didn't expect so many answers, so thanks to everyone for your answers and advice. Thanks to the ones who made me open my eyes and helped me realize I still have issues with my ex and I'm not over her yet, and especially to the ones who pointed the risk of hurting my daughter if we let her back in our lives. I can recognize my weakness, but I'm not letting her hurt my baby again. So don't worry, I'm not getting back with her. Since the post, she had been insisting on meeting. She wanted to talk. I decided to have one last talk with her and set my boundaries. We met in a public place. The talk was long and hard. I wanted her to be honest, and I told her the moment I caught a lie I was leaving. I asked if she was really sorry, or are we her last option? Did she really love us, or are we just a consolation prize? Did she came back for love, or because she was unable to find another man anymore? She was unable to answer any of that. She only said things like, "It's not like that, you need to understand me, I'm not like this anymore." She kept insisting on giving her another chance, that we can love each other again, that we could be together. She never even mentioned our daughter at any moment. Only after I pointed it she started to mention her. When I tried to settle that we were over, she grabbed my hand, and as some of you told me she would do, she tried to seduce me, pulling down her blouse, showing me her cleavage, and saying we can find a room, so I can do whatever I want with her, that she wouldn't say no to anything to compensate me. I didn't recognize that woman. She wasn't the amazing girl I met, she wasn't the mother of my daughter. I didn't know who that woman was, but she wasn't my Lucy. I told her to let me go, that we were over. Neither I nor my daughter wanted anything to do with her, so please leave us alone. We were living a good life without her. She then went mad, saying I couldn't leave her. That it wasn't my choice, that she doesn't have anything else. That I can't take away her daughter. I still don't know why, but that last sentence triggered me. The next are not my exact words, but are close of what I said in that moment. Your daughter. Your daughter. You are not her mother. You only gave birth to her, but you are not her mother. Tell me, where were you when she was sick? Where were you when she had fever? When she was scared at night? When her first teeth fell? When she cried at night because she missed her mom? Where were you on her first day of school? When she had her first period? When she had her first boyfriend? When her heart broke for the second time? Because the first one who broke her heart was her mother. Which drunk were you riding when she needed a mom? You have no right to claim you are her mother because you never acted like that. She tried to reply, but saw that she was unable to find the words. I just left her. When I got back home, she sent me some texts asking for another meeting, for another chance. That she loves me and she can change. But I'm done. You all were right, she doesn't love me or our daughter at all, she only loves herself. Having her on my life would be bad and toxic. I don't need that. I don't need her. My daughter and I are going back to therapy soon. Some of you are right, I need to work on myself. Be stronger and get over those feelings for her. Because they're not real, just memories of what I thought she was. I'm really proud of you, friend. I know it was a hard decision, but it was definitely the correct one. I can't even imagine the heartache your daughter would have if you had let her mom come home. She would have a literal front row seat to see how little her mom cares about her. Thanks. I'm not letting that happen. Her wellness will always come first. Also proud of you, bro. Your baby has all the parents she needs with you. All the right choices. This woman is empty and soulless and would just leech off the both of you. Sometimes Redditors can sound harsh in their comments, especially when we say leave them. But it's really because we hate seeing good people get played by bad ones. You, sir, are good. Your daughter sounds like a wise girl. You don't need anyone bringing unnecessary negativity into the life you worked so hard to achieve. Best of luck. Damn. I don't want to downplay your situation, but this part right here made me want to grab some popcorn. You are the freaking man, OP. You are a tremendous father, and I'm glad you did what had to be done and said what had to be said to protect not only yourself, but your daughter. I truly hope you can both find peace after this and never have to deal with this atrocious woman ever again. Big hugs from me to both of you. I think I released some anger I didn't know I had. Man, it must have felt so good to say that. The situation is messed up, but I feel like that moment is a fantastic moment for some real closure. Yes, it felt good. Now for the last story. I, male 29, girlfriend female 29, wants to get back together after dumping me. Girlfriend and I started dating in college 6 years ago. Up to just a few weeks ago, everything was smooth sailing, when out of the blue she broke up with me. The explanation I got was that she wanted to move to Canada and live with her family while being single and alone. For like a whole week, I thought she was joking until she packed her bags and actually left. No text or anything from her after that. She also removed me from all her socials. Fast forward to last Saturday, 2 weeks after she left, she sent me a follow request on my socials and a text that she wanted to talk. We hopped on a call where she told me she has made a mistake and wanted to rekindle and move back to New York City and live with me. Throughout the call, I was silent because I had no words as I was still hurting. I told her that this isn't a game and that I need some time to think about it. She didn't take this well and accused me of trying to ruin her life with her. She told me that she is going to call my mom if I don't give her a chance. Her tone wasn't demanding or condescending or anything. It was obvious she was hurt too. As much as I love her, I know this is not how partners act, and I haven't done anything to deserve this. How do you just stand up and leave one day? She called my mom and some very close friends, and they are on her side. My mom went as far as telling them that if I dated someone else, she would never accept my new partner. I don't like the fact that out of all these people, no one gives a damn about how I feel. So some things I would like an opinion on. Advice regarding if I should take her back. If so, do I tell her that I have slept with someone we both know? I feel like if I was in her place, I would want the answer to this one, maybe or maybe not. Now for the advice. No, you don't take her back. She left you. She ghosted you for 2 weeks. Then, when whatever was in Canada didn't work out, she doesn't beg you to take her back, she demands it. And then she somehow twists the narrative so that you are the one who ruined the relationship. Then she runs to your mom. What's that about? I think you need to call your mom and explain, in small words and short sentences, that this girl left you because she wanted to be single. She didn't come back because she loves you, she came back because she was lonely. Tell your mom you can't make a life with someone who's perfectly happy to walk out when she gets restless. You can't trust her again. Remind your mom that you're her son, and your well-being should be foremost in her mind. Rather than talking to your mom in small words, tell her how it is. If your own mother can't back you up, I would not take the girl back and have a serious conversation with your mother and ask her WTF in my opinion. Sorry dude, but she probably left because a promising new relationship back home was presented to her, and after it didn't work out, she demands her spot that she willingly left back in your life. Move on and don't let her back in. She left and it was her final decision, so she should keep it final. Well, this is what everyone else here thinks as well. I can't say if it's true or not, but either way, I won't call her back. She went and did what or who she wanted in Canada, and because the grass wasn't as green as she thought, now she wants to come back. Do not take this narcissist back. It's all about her. Tell your mom she is wrong to take this girl's side over her own kid. You need new friends as well. This chick is a user, narcissist, and a schemer. She will do anything to get her way. I'm sure if you look back over your relationship with her, you will see all the signs. Be free. Don't let her railroad her way back into your life. Do you take care of her? For her to just pack up and leave and now wanting to come back, does she have a job? For the last 8 months, she was unemployed, so yeah, she was living off me. Before that, she had a nice job, but was let go when the company she worked for restructured. Edit. Thank you everyone. I think I just needed to hear what I already knew. It's not worth taking her back. I deserve better. I also realized that the title and story mentions her as my girlfriend. I meant ex. Hey there, it's your boy Foxy, back for more relationship stories. Update. My mom wants me to take care of my deceased sister's 3 boys. Original post. He asked me out a few times, but I refused him, so he took me anyway. This was when I was 20 and he was 16, one of my little sister's best friends, then 16. This is all I can muster to write about what happened, so please don't ask for details. My sister married him 10 years later, and now 20 years later she passed on at only 36 years old. Lung cancer. She hasn't smoked a cigarette in her life. Mom contacted me about my sister's children. She wants me to take them in because I have a good life, apartment, and job. I'm not married nor in a relationship, have never been in any to be honest. I love children, but hadn't had the chance to have my own. He isn't coping well after my sister, and with his work, he needs to leave town 2 to 4 weeks at a time. Dad is long gone, and mom is 77. He is an only child, and his parents are alcoholics. The children are 10, 8, and 4 boys. I know that it's all in my head, but they look like him and they terrify me. But I think I need to take them in, because what are the other options? Now for the top advice before reading the update. He can hire a nanny, you do not need contact with him, and raising his children would give him access to your life. Tell your mother no, and tell her why. I offered to pay for a live-in nanny, a male nanny hopefully. But it wasn't enough since they need family. No, absolutely not. These are unique circumstances. He needs to change his job as soon as possible, and until then, a hired help is all he gets. It's extremely selfless of you to offer financial help towards a nanny, because none of this is your responsibility. Their suffering does not trump yours. Their father can find another job, just like so many other single parents. Also, how well do you know the kids? Honestly, no matter what, they need their actual other parent more than they need other family. They lost their mom and now need their dad. I don't know them at all. I left home when I was 22 and never saw any of them again. I reconnected with mom after dad passed away and she got sick. My mom thinks this is a good way to reconnect with my sister through her children, because we were inseparable before everything. This is neither a good way for you nor the children. For you, it's traumatic, and the kids would be confronted with a complete stranger. They need comfort from people who they know around them. This will be detrimental to them and to you. I don't see any scenario in which this will turn out well, to be honest. I can see why you also had no contact with your mom for a long while. Sounds like she prefers to sweep things under the rug. I get it's an extremely emotional time, and thus hard to deny this request, but this whole thing is not well thought out. Those kids need therapy and loved ones, not strangers who will be traumatized by their presence. You deserve your peace, and they deserve care from their father or other close relations. Now for the first update. When I left work today, he was waiting in the parking lot. When I tried to go back to work, he grabbed my arm and told me not to make a scene, and that he was just there to talk. Maybe mom told him where I work. It's very weird, because I don't even think that she knew where I worked. He said that we would drive some public place, so I don't need to feel worried because my work's parking is secluded. He locked the doors and drove to an open street instead. He started telling me how he and my sister never forgot about me, and always hoped that I would forgive them. My sister talked about me all the time, and that she was never the same without me, and that he was never the same either. When my sister fell ill, she requested that I would be in her children's life, because she remembered how I always was her biggest support growing up, and she wanted that for her babies. That's why both him and my mom are trying to make her last wish come true. The boys knew about me because my sister always talked about me to them, and they were looking forward to having their aunt in their life. He then told me they have been following my life and that it was very weird that I never got married or anything because I always was beautiful and any man would be lucky to have me. Then he said that he can't believe he was the only one who has touched me, and he smiled and asked me if it wasn't weird that he was my only one, but now he was my brother. Then he said that I was still beautiful and it wasn't late for me to find someone and that he would be lucky to have me. I was freezing and he was trying to put his jacket on me. I told him that I needed to go back to work immediately, but he kind of ignored me as he was telling me about my sister's wishes and the rest. But he then just unlocked the door and I left without a word. He came after me and asked me if he could at least take me back to my car, but I didn't answer him. I went to the police, but there was nothing they could do. I called my mother and told her to leave the apartment and that I never want to talk to her again. She started crying and I just hung up on her. I blocked her number again. I don't know what to do now. I'm in my hotel room and I never want to be in my apartment again. We live in a relatively small country, but maybe I could find work in a neighboring country or just move cities. I don't know what to do. OP, please be careful. This has always been about you, not your sister and nor your nephews. He doesn't care about his children. All his monologue about your sister's death wish is just to lead him to what he really came to see you for. The part about not having had any relationships. Your stupid mother is so thick to see it. Your sister has been a surrogate for you all these years, and now he is using the children to tie you to him. He doesn't see you as a brother, and the idea of being your only one is making him feel special and it is turning him on. Have you told your stupid mother what he said? She needs to know he doesn't care about the children, he is just obsessed with you. Please be careful. If you live in Europe, please let me help you. I didn't tell her anything more than that she needed to leave and never contact me again. I told her I've spoken to the cops and that she needs to leave me alone. Next time, hopefully there's no next one, make a scene OP. Be loud. Make it evident for them both that you don't want them near. I'm sorry you're not being allowed to beat you. I don't know where you are, but this is out of the book stalking. If the police won't help, then say you will file charges for stalking or anything you can prove. Lawyer up so you can press charges in a more informed way. Can you send a cease and desist? That might leave a paper trail in case things get worse. Also, if your workplace has video surveillance, ask for the footage. You're saying he actually kidnapped you again and harassed you with these affirmations, and at least as forcibly taking you along might be recorded. All he said is veiled harassment OP. This guy will strike again, so please get help. Be safe, please. I know you don't like having people around, but please confide in a close friend or someone who can keep tabs on you. This guy won't stop until he gets what he wants. Can you take a leave of absence at work and try disappearing for a while? Shelter or going abroad for a while, I don't know. If I were you, I would also consider moving countries, and if possible, thousands of kilometers away. I have been pre-print for this my whole life, and I have played this scenario in my head so many times and was preparing how to fight back. But when it happened, I wasn't prepared and I froze. I am so ashamed of myself, to be honest. Second update. Thank you everyone, I'm fine and I am living with a friend now, the only one who knows my history. It is very weird to be living with someone, but she insisted on me not having to pay for hotels. I'm grateful for her. My mother has been calling from different numbers, and even had some of our relatives that I don't even know contacted me. I told her everything about what he did and said, but I think she is prioritizing the children. I understand, but I can't have her be a part of my life anymore. A cousin of mine reached out via text and asked me if I couldn't give him a chance. He has changed. He has been a great husband and father, and he seems to care about me. He will treat me like he did my sister, with love. And the children could have family raising them, instead of a total stranger when he starts dating. I'm going to try and find a job abroad. I think it is time. Now for the last update. Hello, I want to thank you for the support, even though I was a bit rude to some of you guys. I have decided that I can't take my nephews to raise them while he is not in the country. I have lived in solitude for almost 20 years now, and while I do love children, I don't think I know how to raise them. I don't know what to teach them, what to say to them, and most importantly, I don't know how to live with people. So, I called my mother last night and told her that I am more than willing to pay for a live-in nanny. I do make good money, and I don't have any loans or mortgages. She was very disappointed. She told me it was more about my sister, that we looked so much alike, and that she was sure that I would be a great solace for the children who miss my sister so much. I just cried all night. This morning I called my mom again on my way to work, but she didn't answer me. When I got home, she was waiting for me with the children. They live 2 hours away from me. I let them in, but I didn't know what else to do. I just stood at the door. The boys were very quiet and they avoided looking at me. The smallest had his arms around my mom's neck the whole time. I have never had anybody in my place. I don't even remember what I told her, but I excused myself and I'm at a hotel room now. She called me an hour ago to tell me to come home because we needed to talk like adults. That I couldn't just run away like this. That the children are now our responsibility and we needed to fix this. I don't know why, but I felt his presence, so I asked her if he was there. She didn't answer me and just told me that I needed help because I can't be like this forever and that she wanted to help me. She was sure that with time, the children will help me too. She is going to be gone soon because she is an old woman and they could be my support because nobody can live alone forever. They could be my support as much as I'm theirs. I asked her again if he was there and she finally said yes and that he wanted to talk to me. She then said that children are more important than us adults. I have blocked her now because I don't know what to do. I never want to go to my place again. I think I need to change city or something. Change your locks. Let her know if she leaves the children with you. You will call the police and report them as being abandoned. Call the cops on them if they're still there to get them removed for trespassing. Let them know you don't feel safe or ask for a police escort to get any important documents and leave. I'm a mother and can't imagine trying to ever pull half of this nonsense on my daughter that your mother is putting on you. It is not your responsibility to look after your offenders' children. Like with the ever-living hell, you need to continue put your health and well-being above the people who are putting you last. Again. Her mom is extremely manipulative. Listen to all of this advice. They are invading your home. Wow, that is rough. I doubt your mother is going to listen to you at all. She sounds like a lost cause. Please stay away from them. Get the police involved to get them all out of your home as soon as possible. Change the locks and do what you need to do to stay safe. Moving sounds like a good idea at this point. Both the criminal and the mother are manipulating you and trying to guilt trip you. Please do not let them get away with it. Yes, moving sounds like what I need to do. I'm not sure I can be at my place anymore, even if I change my locks. I have very irrational thoughts, I know, but I'm just scared to be honest. She let the man into your safe space. I completely understand where you're coming from. She went back on her word, and I am disgusted by it. She said he is leaving, he works on ships, on Sunday, and wanted to talk to me before he left the children, because he wanted to feel safe leaving them for the first time without my sister. I didn't see anybody when I let my mom and the children there. Was he just lurking, or did he decide to go when I left for the hotel? I can't imagine my mom just allowing him to lurk near my home. Would she? Maybe because I left for the hotel, they took a desperate measure. Last story. Everybody believes me, female 28, stupid for breaking up with my boyfriend, male 27, for nothing, but for me it is something. I need advice about the thing with men having female friends. I don't know. I could understand if it is a childhood friend, an old ex where love and attraction is long gone on both sides, and only friendship is left, etc. But my boyfriend of 3 years, been living together for a month, suddenly became friends with a girl from work, female 25. I don't like it. It started with him telling me how happy he was that there's finally someone new at work that he clicked with. He told me who she is and that they had a lot in common, etc. I didn't mind it at first. I was happy he was having a good time at work. But I started minding when I met her. She was hostile. She called me the lucky one and asked me if I felt threatened by younger women since I'm older. Which I don't get because I'm literally just 2 to 3 older than her and just 6 months older than my boyfriend. But he laughed. I told him that I didn't like her and that I didn't want him to be closer to her. He has a lot of friends and he doesn't need her. He called me jealous and ridiculous. I said fine. I kept an eye and they started texting more and more frequently. We celebrated our anniversary last weekend, and she knew it. She was texting the whole evening, and he answered some of her texts. She asked him if he was having fun at our celebration, and he said very much. So she texted, if you're really having fun, you wouldn't be texting me instead. I told him that was enough, and that he should put his phone aside. I asked him if he thought what she wrote was okay. He said that she was only joking, that it's her sense of humor and I should loosen up. I told him again that I didn't like her, and that even though I could be wrong, he should respect my wishes and cut her off. He told me that I was controlling and insecure, and that he isn't doing anything wrong, so I should respect and trust him. The evening was ruined and we fought. I thought to myself, maybe I was controlling and insecure, and in that case he shouldn't be with someone like me. Or I could be right, and he is letting someone step over my boundaries, and then I shouldn't be with him. Either way, we should not be with each other. So I took a personal day, moved all my stuff from his apartment, and went back to my old place that I shared with a friend. She was happy to have me back, so she didn't need to find a new roommate. Everyone now, from my boyfriend to our friends to our families, think I'm overreacting. We could discuss and solve this. But I have tried, for many months, to make him understand that I was very uncomfortable. He texts me multiple times a day to come to my senses and to stop being childish. He loves me and she is just a friend. Funny that old me is the childish one, isn't it? With the age gap and all. Now for the top comments. Self-respect is a powerful thing, OP. She was disrespecting your relationship, and he was letting it happen. As a guy, I've been in a similar situation. He was her work husband, then she cheated. Won't let that happen again. Work husband or wives are just weird. It ultimately makes them look like they have something special going on. Can't they just say work partners? Colleagues, co-workers, professional acquaintances. All these works and have been used throughout our lifetime. They clearly define the relationship type. This work husband and wife garbage is recent and being pushed by stupid people who have no idea what the boundaries of a healthy relationship are. Trust your gut. I used to think that I didn't have good instincts. Then I realized I did, I just wasn't very good at listening to them. I 100% side with you. My ex would do that stuff to me, but then I'd find out he was cheating on me with the girls he said were just coworkers and friends. I'm not saying every guy is like that, but if he can't respect your boundaries, then the relationship can't work. You've tried to communicate. I think the dagger here for me is the lack of wanting friendship or starting from kindness with OP. If that first interaction was as off-putting as I read it, I would be concerned. I don't know why a friend would meet a significant other and try to bring them down. You usually want the significant other to like you as a new friend. I'd ask significant other whether he would be okay with his male friends treating me that way, give concrete examples of other female friends of his you don't have issues with, and show it's not just that. Point out if a male were texting you during a date or speaking about how lucky he was, significant other would not be so comfortable with it.